Okay, I have got no problem with the arrest they did against us. But what was more shockingly is the life threats I began to go through while I was in South Africa. In February this year, I almost got shot in Sandton at a filling station. I opened a case in South Africa. There is a footage. I think it's right now the Sandton police, they are aware of this case. They even have a footage where my life was at a risk. I almost got shot. And until today, nothing has been done. I feel my life is not safe in South Africa. So many times I've had attempts of assassinations. I feel my life and my wife's life is not safe. I wouldn't want to die while my name is not cleared. This is the reason why I decided to come to Malawi. After all the attempts I've mentioned, that I tried all those attempts to my power and my strength to be heard by all relevant authorities in South Africa. I was not heard. And this is why I'm in Malawi. I have arrived in Malawi, as I said, Wednesday night, and I'm here right now in Malawi. Unfortunately, our president in Malawi left for South Africa the day I had arrived the following morning, so I have not had any moment to discuss this issue with my government. We are thinking, we have made a decision on Monday to formally approach and communicate with the government of Malawi on the concerns I'm about to mention now, that the government of Malawi should help in raising up these issues that I want to raise. As I've said, I arrived on Wednesday. I have not yet met any government official in Malawi. I haven't communicated to any government official. As I said, the president was away, and we are communicating formally to the government of Malawi on Monday on the following issues. One, I am in Malawi, not running away from any trial in South Africa. If I wanted to run away, I couldn't have come to Malawi, and I couldn't have announced that I'm in Malawi. Running away, you go in a country where you don't tell people where you are. Right now, I'm informing the whole world that I'm in Malawi, and I'm here in Malawi because I'm a citizen of this country. Therefore, I have come to seek for my government intervention over the following issues I'm going through in South Africa. One, that my safety in South Africa is not okay. I am seeking my safety to be considered, that the government of South Africa should assure me of my safety, as I have said that my safety is not okay. I have opened a case where I'm looking forward to have feedback from the government, whether the people have been arrested or anything has been done to the people who wanted to kill me in South Africa. In Sandton, until now, I'm not being communicated. I also feel, as a second point, that there's a conflict of interest. I open cases against these people who all the times are the ones who are arresting me. And I feel that there's injustice. I can't have a fair trial in such regard, in such cases, where same people I opened the cases prior to them arresting me are the same people who are coming after me. One would wonder, in South Africa, are they the only police officers that the government of South Africa has? Can the South African government have a different independent group of police officers who can investigate independently, who have got no conflict of interest? These are issues that are really concerning me because I want, as any person, to have a fair trial. I've come to Malawi to lodge these concerns, and I hope to do that on Monday, that the Malawi government should intervene for my safety in South Africa. So I am partially, temporarily in Malawi to lodge these serious concerns to the government of Malawi, that they should help me as their citizen, that they should talk with their fellow counterparts in South Africa and communicate these issues, more especially for my safety. I would not want to die while I have not cleared my name. I would want, it's to the interest of every person to have a fair trial. And I hope I will not have a fair trial in South Africa. To make matters worse, one of the investigating officers who is investigating me on immigration issues was arrested on corruption cases. As I'm speaking right now, he's arrested and is part of the team of the investigating officers investigating my case. This is to show you how much it means to you, and I'm telling you that there's been so much extortion issues to get hold of me, and I feel there's vengeance against me. This is why all these cases are being opened against me. So I'm calling for that the justice system of South Africa should look on these matters seriously. I've also instructed my lawyers that on Monday they should make an urgent application in the courts of South Africa that my bail must not be revoked, as I've come here only to seek for intervention of the government of Malawi, that they should consider these issues as they will lead to fair trial. To also make a statement on that, I was under the scrutiny of South African law authorities in South Africa, and on Monday I'll be subjecting myself as well to the Malawi law enforcement. Whilst I'm here in Malawi, that I'm here, and in case of anything, I'll be also subjecting myself to the law enforcement agencies here in Malawi, as I'll be presenting my concerns to the government of Malawi that I am still under the law, and I'm putting myself as well on Monday under the law. I'm not here to run away from trial. As I said, I would want to have this trial be done, but I don't think there will be fairness in this trial if these issues are not considered. Right? So this is the reason why I want to address the general public that I'm in Malawi. I'm calling for fairness to my trial. I want the justice system of South Africa. I believe in the law system of South Africa and the justice system of South Africa, and I believe that the justice system of South Africa can appoint an independent group of investigating officers who are not implicated, because I opened cases against them prior to them opening cases against me. And I think and feel I can't have a fair trial. Another thing, part of my concern that I want to raise, if the South Africa justice system can also look at this matter, because part of my concern, being a black person, being investigated by these 5 white police officers, having about 3 white prosecutors, and having a white judge, I don't think I'm going to have a fair trial. I want this also to be looked upon, that there is a fair trial that we are going through. So I'm in Malawi right now, not to abscond from any trial, and I'm not running away. I've not sold any property in South Africa. I have not exchanged any company. I have not transferred any money from any of my accounts out of the country. I have not changed anything. Everything remains as it is in South Africa. But I'm here to seek for my government intervention, of which I believe, when I communicate with them officially on Monday, I believe they will intervene as their citizen to make sure that the South Africa government intervenes on these issues, that I have a fair trial. With these words, I would also like to raise a point that I obtained a permanent residence in South Africa legally. I applied through the South African embassy here in Malawi, which after 4 months I was told I qualified for the permanent resident. I got it legally, and unfortunately, to show you how desperate these 5 investigating officers they can go. They are trying right now to push immigration to remove my permanent residence. What does that tell you?
It does look like that feed is, freezing. It was, in fact, freezing a little while ago, and it does look like it's having some problems. But I still see that it does say that the prophet is still speaking. So we'll go back to that, address by Prophet Shepherd Bushiri in just a moment, as soon as we have it. Some of the things that he's been saying here is that he continues to reiterate concerns that he fears for his life. And he says that he was shot at in Sandton, and he doesn't believe that he will have a fair trial in South Africa. And he says that he's temporarily in Malawi for government to help him with, some of these concerns that he has raised, and he doesn't want to die without clearing his name. That is some of what he's had to say. And he says that, he arrived in Malawi on Wednesday night, and certainly then begging the question, to say, when did police know that, he hasn't reported? Really some serious questions here that need to be answered. And he says that he's there, and he's hoping he's going to meet with the government on Monday to help him with these interventions. So it certainly does look like this is going to be one long, drawn-out process. We go for a quick ad break, and we are monitoring that feed to see if it comes back online.
Minister who has already taken a side. We all heard the Minister of Immigration in South Africa making statements against me, xenophobic statements against me. And I can't do that because I want to see justice in my trial. With these words, thank you so much for listening to my address. I had to do this. I had to come to Malawi to make this address because as part of my bail conditions in South Africa, they said I should not comment anything. I should not say anything. What does that tell you? I should not say anything. I should not comment anything. Now, am I having my rights? I shouldn't say anything. We have got human rights, and one of the rights is, freedom to speech and expression. I can't express myself. I can't express my feeling over this case because they said I should not say anything as a bail condition. One of the bail conditions which is so and greatly criticized judicially is that they said I must not directly or indirectly be in touch or communicate or talk to any state witness. Well, I have no problem with that, but who is that state witness? They never told me who is the state witness. Now, you tell me if I'm in South Africa, if I talk to my driver, do I know? Maybe he's a state witness. If I talk to my neighbor, do I know? Maybe he's a state witness. This is why I had to leave the country, because I don't know who is a state witness. Because one of the bail conditions, I must not talk to any state witness which is anonymous. Now, how would I live in the country? What about my pastors? Maybe they're state witnesses. What about my leaders? What about my church members? I talk to people. I'm a public figure. I talk to everyone else. I speak to everyone else. So for my safety, I am in Malawi right now, and these people, they have tortured my life, tormented my life. I informed all, as I said, law agencies in South Africa, all relevant authorities, and nothing has been done. So I'm back home to inform my government to look at it that I have a fair trial in South Africa. I hope my government will listen to my formal communication and to me, as I'm not yet in touch with my government. They were away. When I arrived here, they were not in the country. I hope this communication is going to get into the knowledge of my government, and my government is going to take it up to make sure I have got a fair trial in South Africa. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.